Welcome to the 100k Club, the place that brings like-minded people together into a community that help each other reach new wealth goals, giving you constant daily feed of information, motivation, and be an opportunity to be around like-minded people that all want to see you win. People on that similar journey to you that are going through the stuff that you're going through, which ultimately helps them increase their income to new levels that they never thought possible before. Today's a special day, 28th of April 2023. Why is it special? It's special because the 100 Club Members Club, the VIP Members Club, is now open. So how do you get on board with it? Well, it starts with new lessons and go-to strategies, step-by-step strategies on how to increase your income by 10%. The first 8 episodes are now uploaded, and that's for the paid subscription model. What do? You click onto Spotify, you go onto the little lock that's at the bottom right hand corner where you'd usually have the play button. Click on there, sends you an email, put your details in, and then you're part of the members club. How much does it cost? Well, it's the same cost I've said before as what you'd pay for the Netflix Premium. Why? Because, look, if you can afford Netflix in your life, you can afford to invest in yourself as well. So I've made it this cheap so people can have the same opportunity. All it costs is the same as you would for Netflix or Disney or whatever it may be. So I thought that's fair, yeah. And it's also reason for it being an investment is because we want to make sure that people are making that decision to not sit on the fence anymore. Yeah, it's too many. If you look at the great performers in business, wealth, even sports, yeah, they're the people that commit to the game. They're the people that will go and invest in themselves, not just from a financial perspective, but from a time perspective as well. People that go, right, I'm not sitting on the fence with this. I'm making a decision that that's where I'm going and this is what I need around me. So that's what the subscription service is for. But hey, look, for the listeners that want just motivation day to day, some of the insights, the real talk, that's what this podcast is for. This remains free. And as well, you'll also notice this is ad-free, right? So I'm not looking for ads, but for the people that want to go that next level, then the subscription service is there for you. There's 8 episodes up already from this day forward, and there'll be more and more coming in the following weeks, and it will continue forever. Yeah, the 100k Club, whether it's free or whether it's the 100k Club members, it continues forever. We will keep on going. Right, so let's get stuck into it. Speaking about this idea of knowing what you want and where you want to go, and for the 100k Club listeners right now, I'm assuming, because you're listening to this podcast, where you want to go is the 100k, okay? We talk about this in the podcast that was just recorded for the subscribers and the members club. But being really clear on where you want to go, we go into a lot more detail of that and why that's important. When it allows you then to become more influential and start to have more communication and conversations that increase your income by 10%. Go and sign up to the podcasts and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, if we think about it, if we know that direction to travel and we're heading towards there, that direction of travel being 100k, we've got to go on a journey now where we've got to become extremely resilient. What do I mean by resilient? Well, just think about it. Where you are right now versus where you're going to be. What's getting in the way of getting there? So let's think about, well, where does there look like? Well, let's just put a measure on it. It's 100k per year. So let me ask you this then, listeners. What's stopping you from achieving that already? Well, there'll be plenty of people that turn around and go, well, I wasn't born into it. So I can't do that sort of thing because I wasn't born into, being wealthy in the first place. But we're not talking about wealth and inheritance here. We're talking about the opportunity for you to make 100k. Well, Lewis, I haven't had the opportunity and been in a place like other people have. Well, not with that attitude. It's not going to happen in the first place. And this is a hard pill for people to swallow, because if you think about it, well, look, you're living in 2023 right now. What does 2023 look like? We've had the introduction of AI, where AI can create content so rapidly. Okay, it's robotic. It comes across. It's starting to get smarter and smarter. It's there. I still think there's got a long way for it to go before it can start to replace things like these podcasts. We're in an information age. What we're not in is a wisdom age. AI does not have experience of how to apply the content. So it can speak in content, but can it go into the context when it comes to application? And that's where people become unique. So what does that mean? 2023, so much information age. We're in the information age. There's so much information out there right now. It's coming to the peak of it, I presume. Well, how much further can it go? But look at it. If somebody can make it 50 years ago, if somebody can make it 20 years ago, people can make it easier than ever before because there's so many tools available to you. If you can turn a computer on, if you can use this podcast and listen to this right now, right, you probably got the capability to go and look online and look on and use a computer, start to create, start to network through social media. There's so much opportunity out there right now. Okay, so why am I going into this? This isn't the topic of this podcast. The topic of this podcast is about resilience. And why this is so important for resilience is I'm cutting through the bullshit excuses. Today's world, anybody can become successful. If that's 100K, anybody can do it. The tools are there. If you've got access to the internet, right? I know there's people in the world that don't have access to the internet if you're in poorer countries, for example. But if you're listening to this 100K podcast, the likelihood is that you got access to a phone or access to a computer, or you can get access to it. So what's the difference? Well, the difference is the way of thinking. It's being able to think like a person who can make something from nothing, yeah? Can turn mud into gold. What do I mean by that? Well, let's think about it, right? You've got some mud. Mud is readily available. You know, you put some water onto a bit of dirt, you get mud, right? How do you turn that mud into solid gold? Well, now you need to do something. Using your thought process and you as a character, yeah? As long as you've got the right character, you can turn that mud into gold, right? Now, that's a belief, isn't it? And the reason that people won't go any further, and 99% of the people don't ever move forward, is because of the bullshit belief they keep telling themselves, because perhaps Uncle Bob, when they were a kid, said that that's not the right thing to do, or money is the root of all evil, or some sort of thing where they're passing their beliefs onto somebody else because they couldn't do it, yeah? Then it means that person can't do it as well. But because we looked up to Uncle Bob as a kid, we take it as, you know, that's what life is going to be like. So we inherit beliefs from people. Where do we inherit them from? We inherit them from family members. We inherit them from friends. We inherit them from teachers. We inherit them from our environment that we are always around. So again, back to the previous podcasts. What do you need to do? Decide and choose your environment on purpose. What's this got to do with resilience, Lewis? Well, look. When you go on a journey, it's a bit like starting to walk when you're a baby, okay? When a baby gets to a certain age, they start to become stronger in their legs and stronger on their feet, and they start to walk. How do they start to walk? Well, they give it a go, yeah? They give it a go, they fall down, they hurt themselves, and then they get back up again. Why do they get back up again? Now, if everybody around us, yeah, as a baby, we're all crawling around and nobody was standing up, that baby would think it wasn't possible. But it's only because the people around them are standing up that the baby knows that it's possible and gives it another go. When it comes to business, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're looking to build a new career or a new cash flow vehicle, like the things we've mentioned in the previous episodes, nobody else is doing it. Yeah, or people are doing it, you're just not seeing or hanging around the circle of people that are doing it to show that it's possible. Okay, environment again. So if you're not seeing anybody else doing it, yeah, you may know somebody who's a business owner or somebody who's successful in their work or job. By the way, I'm using the word success as in the terms of earning over 100K. Yeah, success can mean success in different things. They're just talking about this from a 100K perspective. When you see other people around you being successful with it, you know and feel that it's possible, right? You get to learn from them and learn from their mistakes, just like the baby walking. Yeah, the baby will start to look at different things and go, right, okay, this is how I'll try this time. And they'll keep trying. But in the world where you've got to go and do something new, like the content covered in this 100K Club podcast and the 100K Members Club, not everybody's doing it. So what happens? You're hanging around people that aren't doing it. And what do they have to say? It's not possible. It's not possible because they've been told it's not possible. Or their friends aren't seeing that it's possible. Or their family is seeing that it's not possible. It is possible. I'm here to tell you that it is. But the reason that people might not believe that is not because of me, but because of their own belief in themselves. Just remember, back to what we mentioned, there's never been so much opportunity in the world, and it's right at your fingertips right now, just through a piece of software or a piece of social media. It is possible. What's not possible is if you have that mindset of it's not possible. Okay? It's not possible if you have the mindset of it's not possible. Make sense? So the baby keeps getting up again, falls over, hits their head, hurts their hands, twists their feet. All these little things, all these little muscles in the body are trying to work it out and figure it out. How do we do that a little bit differently next time so we don't fall over and we don't hurt ourselves? And then what starts to happen? After we start to walk, we start to get a bit more confident, run a bit faster, then we fall down again. And this is just like trying something like in the 100K Club. Yeah? You go and try some of the strategies that we talk about. Yeah? We apply them, we fall down, we hit ourselves, and then we go, that didn't work. Or maybe you try some of the communication and influence stuff to get a higher income, and then it doesn't work. So then we turn around and go, well, that doesn't work. But that's just like the baby falling down and going, well, it's not possible to walk. Yeah, it does work. It just depends on your level of resilience. Yeah, every time that you fall down, you get back up again. Now, the people that may be giving you advice and changing your beliefs of the why it's not possible could be because they've tried it. They had big dreams once. They went out there and things that came to them because they tried it didn't work out for them 1, 2, or 3 times. So what's the belief that they start to form? It's not possible. Take it from me. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time with these sort of people. Don't waste your time in this personal development world. It's bullshit. Yeah. Just because they felt it a few times and gave up doesn't mean it's not possible. Right? And the reason people are telling you, by the way, is not because they don't love you or don't care. It's in fact for probably the way around as well. Well, for some people, you're going to get your haters as well, yeah? If you're getting haters, that's the direction you need to go in because they're hating not on you, but hating on themselves for quitting in the first place. But for the other people, like family members, they're the people that really care and they don't want to see you get hurt because they've been told before from people that it's not possible, okay? But it is possible. You just got to keep pushing and pushing through it all and keep getting up until you can walk and then you can run, okay? So what am I saying here? Here's the outline of this episode. Resilience. Remember this phrase. Do what others don't to achieve what others won't. Do what others don't to achieve what others won't. What got you here won't get you there, okay? So what we need to be looking at is wherever the fear is, wherever the resistance is, whether that be from somebody trying to hold you back. Yeah, tall poppy syndrome. Heard of that one? Yeah, tall poppy syndrome. When a poppy gets too tall in the field, yeah, someone comes along and cuts it down. Yeah, cuts it down so you join the same height as all the other poppies. Same as the crab bucket. You can leave the lid off the top of the crab bucket because as soon as there's some more crabs in there, the other crabs will pull the crab down that's trying to escape. Right? Why? Why is that? That's in society, isn't it? People are trying to keep you where you are, and it's not because they don't care for you. It's because they want to keep you safe, and they think that where you're heading is not safe for you or not safe for them, and they may lose you. Yeah? A different belief shift. Now, when you do start to reach that 100K club, can you help more people when you're in a better financial position? Yeah. So let me tell you, when you are making more and more and more and more and more, you can help more people. You can give more. You can have the belief of abundance instead. Yeah, that anything's possible, and that you can take higher risk because you have got more abundance. Yeah. So everything starts to thrive when things start to move forward, but it starts with having that belief in the first place. So remember it. Resilience. Yeah, you got to have the resilience. And what that means is when you get knocked down, you get back up again. You get knocked down, you get back up again. Do what others don't to achieve what others won't. When you get knocked down, keep getting back up. Where people would quit and think that it's not possible to walk, you show them, I'm going to get back up. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to get back up. Now, here's the beauty of this story. Because it's not walking. Walking is a linear thing. You keep going until you walk. When you're becoming successful in the 100K club, listen to the episode about how to increase it by 2%. There was 15 plus strategies in there. So you don't have to just do one linear strategy, which is to get back up and walk again. You can try a different one. Yeah, different ones might give you different opportunities. But that's also the weakness, ladies and gents, because now you're trying different things. You're also giving up on the other strategy. Yeah. So it's a great positive that you've got multiple strategies to go and work on and find your strengths in. But also that can give you an opportunity to sidetrack you on the strategy that's actually right for you. Now, when I work with people closely and work with business owners or their top executives, we get the strategy really clear. We go, is this the strategy that's going to get you where you want to get to? Here's a way of phrasing it, right? You ever heard of have the ladder up of the right wall, yeah? So you keep climbing that ladder. You keep taking the next step, reaching for the next step on that ladder, and you keep going up that ladder, yeah? We've got to make sure that that ladder is up the right wall to start with, because there's no point going and hustling and keep pushing and pushing and pushing if you get to the top of that ladder in 10 years' time and you go, fuck, this is the wrong ladder. This is not where I want to be. So always remember to start off with that end in mind. Where is it that you want to be? Make sure that ladder is up the right wall before you start the hustle and the pushing, because hustling can just mean that you're really, really busy doing stupid stuff. Yeah, think about this smart. Is the ladder up the right wall? Now you've got the ladder up the right wall. Do you have a plan of what steps you're going to take to climb that ladder? Yeah. What about the support that you need around you to climb up that ladder? What about when that ladder starts to give way and starts to wobble? Well, that's the resilience kicking in. How do you know the ladder's up the right wall? Well, here's a clue, right? Usually, it's the thing that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Now, if you can imagine your comfort zone, anything that you fear and you start to grow towards is going to expand your comfort zone. And as you build that comfort zone, you're going to become more resilient. Why? Because the reason people aren't resilient, back to what we've been talking about, is because they think it's not possible. Yeah, that's when they give up. But if you push that comfort zone, and the comfort zone tends to be, what's the sign for the comfort zone being the edge of the comfort zone? It's fear. So if you find the fear, something that you fear, that tends to be the direction that you need to be traveling in. Not all the time, but it could be a clue. What do you fear? Don't talk yourself out of it. Push those fear barriers, because that pushes your comfort zone. And the bigger you build that comfort zone, the bigger world you will see. It's a bit like climbing a mountain, isn't it? When you're at the bottom of the mountain, all you see is fields and forest, okay? You start climbing the mountain, you get above the trees, and then you can see above the forest. You can see the other mountains. You can see the landscape. You can see the horizon. You can really see what it looks like once you start climbing up there. But if you never, ever start taking some steps up that mountain, you'll never see what it actually looks like on a bigger scale. Okay? So, how does this help you get to 100K? Well, you can't get to 100K being the person that you are today, yeah? You need to really think about who you are and the character that you are. So what we need to look at then is what sort of things can help us build our character. Well, resilience is key. Resilience is a big key part of that. There are other areas as well we'll talk about in later episodes. But right now, I just want you to think about resilience. How much of beliefs from other people holding you back? How much have you inherited those beliefs to hold you back? Notice them. How do you notice them? Look at your fears. What sort of things do you shy away from? Okay. Now, do you shy away from them because you've been told something about them, or just because you've never had a go at it before? Well, what if you did have a go at stuff, and even if it wasn't the right thing, at least you've gone and learned some new stuff that can help you move forward in some way or another. Okay? It's really good to have that ladder up the right wall, but still, think about the character. Before you even climb that ladder, it's still you climbing the ladder. The plan is the ladder, okay? The top of the ladder is your success, 100K. But right now, we've got to think about you as a person climbing that ladder as well. You can't climb a ladder if you're scared of heights. So go and push your boundaries to become more resilient in different areas and learn, because the people around you may not have even... Yeah, they've never even been up a ladder before. Yeah, so if you're talking about going absolutely stratospheric, yeah, break the ozone layer in the height of your success that you're talking about, you're talking to people here that may be giving you advice that have never even been on a plane before. Okay, so there's no point trying to go into space and go to the moon when you're getting advice from people that have never even been on a plane. Okay. So your resilience levels. Think about your resilience levels. What's stopping you from moving forward? And how do you gain more resilience? What's the direction that you need to go on? And the clue there is where fear tends to exist. So just take a check-in with yourself. Go away, have a good think about it. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next episode. And remember, the link is in the show notes. If you do want to go more, we've got some podcasts up now, 8 podcasts on how to increase your income by 10%, and more episodes will come for higher levels of income as well. So if you're interested in that, pop onto Spotify, click on the little lock, and it unlocks it. When you get an email, you put your details in, and then what happens then is it just comes through your Spotify account as well. It'd be great to get you a part of the 100K members club and get you part of the community as well. But people that want the free stuff, the listeners, then keep on listening to these episodes, and remember to share it with other people if you feel that there's any tips that could really help people that you know push through to the next boundary, through to the next level of their personal income from listening to this podcast. Have a great week.